da 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 da. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. I have come back to the Ebon Hawk because I'm going to have a conversation with Handmaiden.
Yes?
Can you teach me some fighting moves?
Training is something reserved for certain caste members of the Echani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Echani children are raised on warfare.
That seems as good a place as any to begin.
All Echani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use words, then sentences.
I understand. I'm ready.
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master. It is not something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can. Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
All right, no force powers, weapons, or items. Got it.
Very well. I shall match my movements to resist your efforts, and do not hold back, or I will hurt you.
All right. We both get naked, and we fight. So I'll fast forward through this, because I'm not going to do anything fancy, to be honest. Just gonna fight her hand to hand.
You fought well indeed. You have caught the principles of the style by watching and anticipating my movements. I now have a favor to ask you.
A favor?
The weapon the Jedi use, the Force, I would like to know more about it.
What do you want to know?
It is not something you can see or fight, yet the Jedi use it and struggle with it their entire lives.
It is a difficult thing to describe.
Please, I wish to know.
Imagine awakening and hearing the heartbeat of the galaxy for the first time.
I see. Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
It was my pleasure. Alright, let's get dressed again. And we'll talk to her again.
Yes?
Do you think you could put some clothes on?
I fail to understand the problem. I had heard the Corward systems had customs concerning modesty, but when training, such customs are not practical or efficient.
I disagree. In fact, if you don't train while encumbered, you are crippling yourself.
I can see no fault in your reasoning. I do have bulkier clothes. Will this do?
Those look like Jedi robes.
They suffice for training purposes. They belong to my mother.
They belong to your mother. Who is she?
She was the one my father followed to war. She was a Jedi. I never knew her. There is no absence of presence when there was nothing there to begin with. I miss only that I never knew her at all, and what it was about her that caused my father to follow her to war.
Forget it, I had some other questions.
You may ask.
Do you have a name?
Before entering Atris's service, yes, I carried a name, as all the children of the Echani do.
What was it?
It is not important. My title and rank is of consequence, not my name. I take value in Atris's service, not in myself.
You should take value in yourself as well.
We all have value in our oaths to others, and the promises we make. When we make that pledge, we are pledging ourselves to something greater. When importance is placed on the self, then by such acts the galaxy is unmade.
There is some truth in what you say. Is that your judgment of me?
If reasons of the self is why you turned away, then yes, perhaps there was a judgment there. But it was not intended as an attack.
Do you think that I lost myself when I disobeyed the Jedi?
I do not know. That is a question you must ask yourself.
Never mind, I'll be going. Okay, so that is the first step in getting influence with the Handmaiden. As she said earlier, she doesn't know people unless she fights them. So that is kind of the steps we need to take in order to kind of unravel her mystery a little bit and get to her backstory. We need to fight her to make that story come out.
Bodrashon kontichaum, King Lord Aitha kun, Aitha patisa tong, Diakon batot kaun, Chona choba. Tapichayu bong, Chijiskapule, Chunbole, Watagratug, Jimula. Chupayo bong laboraturong agtichimait muleran yun chuba. Nilung kagratug jimut malabist wet wata. Jiji naudung chong yomabala yuman. Yomawa ni boba lorda wish wanga shachi. Nilung kagratug jimut malabist wet wata. Jiji naudung chong yomabala yuman. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera. Chupa wanga kuna konticha. Chuna konasa. Chopiti man punjame. Sashange bedwana mulera. Chupa wanga kuna konticha. Chuna konasa.
Okay, so a lot going on there. That's unless I misremembered, that's Vigo the Hutt, and he is hired Hanar, that Wookiee, to kill Godo, who, as you'll remember in the meeting when we first got to Nar Shaddaa, hasn't shown his face yet. He was a projection. So we're gonna go find that Hutt, because, you know, Hutts are important. They get stuff done. And this one seems to have beef with Godo. Hey, man.
Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopi una wana si chin si wano bush.
What's Voga's problem?
Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopi una wana si chin si wano bush. Nunchka wana si chu rana bamanga kan. Mopi dawa josi muchuto.
What's your interest in this?
Tanto todos tumukarata. Me ranga naroto. Dosi mana rachata.
I was also trying to find a fuel source for Citadel Station.
Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopi una wana si chin si wano bush.
Not after I convinced Voga it's safe for his freighters to operate again.
Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopi una wana si chin si wano bush.
So you can see there's a couple threads coming together here. Hey, open up. I want to speak with Voga. I'll be going now. Okay. Alright, well, lucky for Voga, I know of another way to get to him. Okay, I've swapped out T3 for Atten, and I now have a stealth field generator. I will put on the stealth field enhancer, which I can then activate and sneak up on these two guys. Okay, so now we know how to see Voga. Now we just need a few more things.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Unta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga sawana mucha.
What's going on here?
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba wajiake yukito tune. Ta come tak playa justinge miki gongo beaste. Kun grabi la king no mulara kichi kuta grasa kisha. Que chubo grayo bog no cada itapa titsa tong merinita. Kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanji yuma.
No.
Tong hite mosi jochia yumba litawa e bawatune ruta.
What sort of arrangement?
Ta come tak playa justinge miki gongo beaste. Kun grabi la king no mulara kichi kuta grasa kisha.
What about visas?
Do not volunteer me so easily. There are certain favors that I would not perform even for you. And especially not for a Hutt. Find another way.
Well, if you could find someone else that would suit Voga's taste, that would be acceptable.
Yes, that will be fine.
I'll see what I can do. Okay. So that is also... Oh. Hey, bud. Okay. So yeah, we have our way in. Alright, I already got what I need from you, I think. So we have our way in. We also have this quest to get a dancer for Voga. The interesting thing is that if I were female, I could volunteer myself. But I'm not, therefore I cannot. What can you tell me about the area? The Pazakten? Sure. I gathered that much. Why aren't you allowed in the Pazakten? Why aren't you allowed in the bar? I'm here to see the exchange. What makes you say that? I'm here to crush the exchange, that's all you need to know. I couldn't care less. I'll be going now. I don't want to talk to those guys. Password? I do not need a password. I'll be leaving now. Oh, man, it looked so good when Obi-Wan did it. Let's go back and talk to bartender.
Back again, well, honestly, there's not much for people like you and I to do.
Alright, you're just gonna be racist. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swap visas. I'm unable to change my party at this time. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, not quite sure why it wouldn't let me swap out for Handmaiden, but I'm not going to level her up for reasons. What about the Handmaiden?
I have not trained in the dance, but the Ichani fighting arts are very dance-like in their movements. I do not think it would be a stretch for me to do this.
You don't have to do this if you don't want to.
If you are sure. Really, though, I would be more than happy to do it.
In that case, thank you.
Put this on? In that case, give it to me, and I will prepare myself.
Tonino ba pinko na yaka, chuba picha, tuna yuma mochinawa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora, tayaita, ta bosanan hansata. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora, tayaita, ta bosanan hansata.
Wata grito kjimulia. Nicho now.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatora, tayaita, ta bosanan hansata. Entomesh mi paju, watamimcha, yokolondoado, nukulabirawa, tines un soto.
So yes, we have the Leia, the oh, I can put it on. Oh, never mind. We have the Leia reference, the dancer's outfit. I'm gonna put her back in the robe, and swap her back out. Okay, so now Voga is asleep. We don't need to do too much more, but there's a couple of threads that can kind of come together here. So Voga's asleep. Nope, that's not the right door. This is. Okay. All right. Okay, Atten, stealth up. We're eavesdropping today. Huh. Okay. So that's what we got. I jumped the gun a little bit on putting Voga to sleep, but that's okay. We're gonna run to the cantina, get some Juma juice, and put his hounds to sleep. And then oh boy, watch out.
Back again, I see. How can I help you this time?
Actually, I'm looking for enough Juma juice to make some Cath hounds take a nap.
That's so. Well, you're in luck. I got plenty of it. Costs you 100 credits for a flask big enough for what you need, no more.
100 credits is a lot for a flask. How about another offer?
All right. Guess you weren't as desperate as I thought. 50 credits, no more.
That's more like it. Here are the credits.
Here's the flask. Aged to perfection. Should be just what you need.
Okay, so now we got the Juma juice. Now we just need to go back and give it to those Cath hounds. Okay, Atten. I don't know if we need to be stealth to do this, but I will anyway. I guess we didn't need to be stealthed. That's okay.
Wait here.
Okay, so everyone's asleep. Now we just need to get past the lock.
Let me take care of this.
And just like that, we've robbed a hut.
Let me take care of this.
I think that was my last lightsaber piece, to be honest. I think Bayodur said I just needed a lens. Or an emitter, I can't remember what word. But I have one now. Okay, we have now robbed Voga the Hutt. So, congrats, team. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Ebon Hawk and see if I can build a lightsaber, because that would be pretty neat. Oh, we got a cutscene.
Don't you ever give it a rest?
Fine, don't mind me. I just need to get some stuff from the cargo hold.
You know the first tier of styles, but you're holding back because I am unarmed. Tell me where you were trained.
What can I say? I'm a quick study.
You lie. Few know the Echani styles by reflex.
Oh yeah? Guess you saw a lot of the world while you were freezing your cargo hold off in the Ice Academy. Didn't you, sister? Next time I walk in here, I'm carrying a blaster. Oh yeah, one other thing. Don't think I haven't noticed the way you've been sparring with our ex-Jedi friend. This isn't some pleasure yacht. So if I did know all the Echani movements, I might know more than just the first tier, including the etiquette rituals. So keep your hands where I can see them.
Fool.
Shaddaa.
Okay, some heated debate. Also, I figure I would get this out of the way. The reason why I am not leveling up Handmaiden is because I have to continue to beat her in order to pass influence checks and train her as a Jedi, just like I did Atten. Slight spoiler alert, I guess. And it's much easier to do if you don't level her up. Plus, then she'll get more levels in Jedi instead of her current class. But let's talk to Bayodur about building a lightsaber.
General, need something?
Really, you don't have to call me General.
Sorry, guess I can't get my head out of the past.
I was just wondering what you've been doing since the war ended.
I moved around for a couple years. Working as a starship mechanic got me from place to place. I wasn't ready to settle down after the war.
During my exile, I did the same thing.
Then you understand my restlessness. Though the war had ended, I couldn't find peace in anything. As long as I kept moving, I didn't have to think about what happened. Know what I mean?
Only too well.
I'm sure you do. I decided I'd do something constructive. I wanted to make up for the things I'd done in the war. I wanted to design planetary shields, but there weren't many systems with the credits to spare. There was more that needed to be rebuilt and protected. I found out that Telos was going to be the flagship project for the Republic, and it sounded like something good. I saw Telos before the Sith raised it. It deserved a better fate. But Zerka ruined everything. I thought I could force Zerka out on my own, but I guess I can't fix everything myself.
I think taking on Zerka single-handedly might be a little out of your league.
All I wanted to do was send a message, but I couldn't even do that right. That's the past, though. It's good to be working with you again, General. Something else I can help you with?
Do I have all the lightsaber parts I'll need?
Let me see what you have. That's everything. Now all you need is a little quiet time with the workbench.
What kind of lightsaber do you want to create? You know, screw it, I'll make it double-bladed. What color? I'll go with my only option, which is yellow. Heyo! There we go. I now am the proud owner of one lightsaber. Woohoo! I love that there's a dedicated button for flourishing your weapon. Let's upgrade items. Is there anything I can do with it? Do I have any more pieces or parts? I do not. It's just that. Okay, well, we now have one lightsaber. We are still through Nar Shaddaa, which is not as quick as I wanted to get through this, but hey, we're making progress, and honestly, getting a lightsaber, I can think of no better time to end year 2 of Star Wars month. So, thank you for joining me. It's been lovely. We'll pick this up probably next year, and I'll see you then. Bye! Da